Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018, and this is the Pro Cyclist Mode edition. It's week 48 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. I'm here into Season 4, my second season with EF Education First, Cannondale, Drapac, that team with the long name. This year, anyway, after they added that EF Education First sponsor. Which, by the way, if you've never heard of that, EF Education First, what that is a company that does international schools. So international schools, they hire English teachers from abroad, something that I have done a very similar version to myself, actually, in the past, as I was a high school teacher not so far back. So we start on a prologue, and my objective here is to finish in the top 50 as we get Paris-Nice underway. And as I am potentially the team leader here, going last, Hugh Carthy is here, Dombrowski is here, Dan McClay, Pierre Roland, Rigoberto Uran, and Michael Woods. We are absolutely stacked this time out. But as I'm still 100 riders away, I'll see you back in a moment. Quick look at who has come to this race just before I get underway. For Quickstep, Alaphilippe. From Movistar, Nairo Quintana. For AG2R, Romain Bardet are all here. Tom Dumoulin, Chris Froome, Egan Bernal, Richie Porte, Rowan Dennis, Fabio Aru. So lots of big names. Sam Oomen, now with Bahrain Merida. And a quick look at the map. I'm almost up here. We are going to be crosswinds, headwinds, and crosswinds throughout. The wind has died down a bit, though, as I'm getting started here. And it is only 3K. Wow, this is super short. I'm going to try a 99 and see what happens. 98? Okay, we'll go with a 98. Okay, and now with the 99 to the finish. Hello, that's not a hill, but okay. All right, that is 23rd right now. 5 seconds off, sorry. 5th. That was 5 seconds. So 23rd, 5 seconds off the pace. That's definitely a good time. That should seat me inside the top 50, as that actually might have been the last couple of riders right there. I didn't see what my number was. There's Chris Froome, and I don't think there's anyone else behind him. There we go. Chris Froome comes across. Tom Dumoulin might be carrying the number 1 jersey. It looked like there's still a few guys. We're not catching the jersey number as they pop by. But here comes Bardet. 21. There we go. So 2 riders left. Quintana, the penultimate rider before we get to the end, which means I should hold my position for the most part in 26th. Quintana, 3 seconds down. Alaphilippe will be the last one crossing the line here. Ooh, and Alaphilippe actually goes top here with Zakarin and Matthias Brandl, the top 3. But I definitely slot in within that top 50 and within just a few seconds there. So it's a good time. Not the greatest of times, but a good time. Thought it was a little weird that my rider went into that tuck, into that arrow crouch on a flat section. That was the only chance that the wind was ever so slightly at my back, instead of just riding through there on a 3K prologue. It was very strange that he did not just ride flat out continuously all the way through, as I feel I would have had a better time on that. But I'm right there with the best young riders. we'll see as things go on how they begin to shake out. For example, one top contender is Egan Bernal, who is 6 seconds behind me. I'll see you on stage 2. As I head into stage number 2, this is a stage for the sprinters, so we're going to be skipping right to the end of the stage. In fact, I might even skip all the way to stage number 3 before we see next. But we can see the sprinters, of course, are favored for this one. What I'm looking for here is what my team role is. So where are they going to place me? We can see that on my team, 4 of us are on our fitness peak, myself included in that. So I am at my fitness peak, so I should be on my best throughout this race. Moment of truth. Co-leader alongside Rigoberto Urán. They want both of us in the top 5 of the overall standings, or at least they want me in the top 5 of the overall standings. So big task there. Basically, at this point, they're going to see which one of us can get there, which one of us holds out, and then once one of us is ahead of the other, I'm sure they'll have to be set to work. So they're looking to get one of us into the top 5, and that's big role. But I'll see you on stage number 3 when things get a little more serious for a stage racer like myself. Closing in on the end of stage number 3. Quick review of stage 2. Stage 2 saw Gaviria take the win, with all the usual suspects in among the top 12 or so regular sprinters. And here we've just caught the breakaway group with about 17k to go, and the pace is really hot right now. I am at ×4 speed though, so it's not that fast, but we have definitely been working hard. And actually, I'm struggling a little bit here late on, as this has been anything but flat. So I have a feeling there are going to be some riders left behind, and I'm going to go ahead and use my gel now before we go up this final climb here. Right now, about 1.5k, 1.5 degrees, and with 2k to go here, I am out of energy. I should still be on the same time as these guys. Yeah, I think I should still be on the same time. Gaviria wins again, Viviani second, and Ewan third. I think Ewan and Viviani were opposite last time, with Ewan second and Viviani third, I believe. Dan McClay took 4th last time, 6th this time for my team. Peter Sagan actually finished in 9th both stages. And there you go. After the first 10 sprinters, you got Alaphilippe, Simon Yates, Jasper Stuyven, Nairo Quintana, Michael Woods, Richie Porte, Egan Bernal. You can see who's going for it here on that second group in the top 10. For me, though, big drop down in 60th place, as I had no access to any teammates. That was very much a sprinter's stage, and I never got shielded, and I actually ran out of some energy right there at the end. So hopefully I do come in on the same time. That would be devastating if I had lost out on a sprint alone. A fairly flat stage. I mean, there was a little bit of undulation there, and that was enough to do me in with the pace we were going. So let's see, top 60, top 60, top 60, same time. Okay, that's what I was worried about. 127 riders on the same time, so we were fine there. Edward Toynes out. Magnus Cort Nielsen also out. In terms of the overall, I am top for my team, 11 seconds down overall here in 27th, with Dan McClay and Urán 1 second behind me, and then Dombrowski at 14 seconds down. So Urán and I are kind of right there, neck and neck, 1 second apart from each other. And we're going to head to stage number 4. This stage is a little bit of one set as a hill climbers. You see we got one pretty steep climb just before the end, so that will shrink the field down quite a bit. I would imagine that I should actually be shielded this time out, and that should get me over the top of that pretty comfortably, as it'll still finish with a sprint, but it might be down to, you know, say 50 or 60 riders. So unless things get super intense before these two Cat 3 climbs, I'll see a little bit before the Category 2 climb in preparation here on stage number 4.
Well, we can see that the pack is increasing the pace. It's going to be difficult to break away now.
All right, so I am feeling fantastic. Woohoo! Look at that. Plus 10 resistance, plus 10 stamina. Yeah, it's nice. I'm not going anywhere on this stage. I can see just how much better I'm doing than everybody else, including equally protected rider Rigoberto Uran for this one. He's a -2. I'm a +4 race day condition. It's nice. And Dombrowski on a +3 is the one working with me. We still have 131 riders in the peloton. We have just caught the breakaway group not so long ago, and we start the climb now on this Category 2. I will not have any problem getting dropped here. At least I do not think. We see it's steeper towards the secondary part, and I might, as strong as I'm feeling, put a little bit of pressure. I mean, I'm an 80 on hill climbing right now. So I'll wait till the second part where it's a bit steeper, but I would like to see a smaller group get over the top of that one. And if I still have help with me, actually I don't even need the help really, if I myself am still strong, I'll be fine getting to the end. So if I can get there with 30 riders instead of 60, that might drop out a couple of names.
It's survival of the fittest, and evolution doesn't seem to favor those in the rear.
Alright, so I'm starting to push right now. Dombrowski pulling out for me, and there he goes. Not looking to full-on attack here or anything, just put some pressure on behind. Oops, off by myself at the moment, but I'll take the points at the top here.
Only 15 kilometers left.
I'll wait until I'm actually descending here to back off, and actually I don't even need to back off and recover. I'm recovering anyway. Now there's just 18 riders giving chase. We can see that it's a small group. They are about to catch me. I had no doubt that I would be caught or anything. I'm not looking to go off and win the stage here.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just
Alright, we're onto the flat, and there we go. 15 riders now. And I'll just tuck in. And I'm actually fresh with the just 14 riders now left. So, job done. Very successful with that. This next group might catch us. They're only 20 seconds down. Yeah, they're gaining. But they're going to be pretty worn out. And I'm actually feeling pretty good. Uran's here. Carthy is here. Dombrowski is trying to make his way back up towards the front. But in the end here, we're only... it's back to 50 riders. Pace is too slow here. Not too much here. Making my way towards the front here. Go ahead and use my gel. There's Dombrowski. I don't think I'm going to win anything here, but I think right on the front, starting with that sprint, at 1K to go, I am in contention for a top 10 or 15, and depending on how many sprinters are left, as we've got about 63 riders here in the group, so this will be a good finish for me. Caleb Ewan here, Viviani, Gaviria, same top 3 every stage. Peter Sagan gets 4th, Quintana 5th, Bernal, Froome, Uman, Yates, Port, Binu, and there I am, 12th place. So 12th place, good finish. But like I said, it was a more select group than it could have been as I put some pressure. But unfortunately, after the group caught me, pace really wasn't high enough. Nobody was attacking at the front. And as Dombrowski was the only one that I had control of, he didn't have any energy to go to the front and attack. So the group got a bit larger towards the end, as we still had a little too far to go. But that definitely cuts things down a little bit. Should move me up the rankings somewhat. And we'll take a glance and see just how much further up. I believe I was 27th entering the stage. That's me. I believe, wasn't it? That was my slow butt that everybody just rode past. I'm no sprinter. '12th in the stage. 23rd, so I only actually pick up 4 places. About those under 25s. There we go. Now it's starting to look like the usual suspects at the top. I've got 6 seconds over Egan Bernal, now in the young riders jersey. So I should start picking up a little bit of a bonus for being first in the provisional standings for that. And sure enough, there we are. A whole 2 points added. Move on to stage 5. Stage 6 is the big one coming up. So stage 5, another hilly stage. Stage 6 is that queen one with a mountaintop finish. But this is pretty intense for a hill stage. I think it could be a bit more select than they think it's going to be. We won't watch the whole stage, but I think we'll kind of tune in before this category 3 as we go up, up, up. I think this beginning will be relatively calm. I'll see you partway into the stage. Alright, so we continue on here with stage number 5. And I think this is going to end up being a pretty interesting one. For one thing, we have a breakaway group of just 5 riders, and Joe Dombrowski is in those 5. So he's picking up some points. He is absolutely going after the Mountain Climbers jersey alongside in that group Thomas de Gent, who's also going for it. So those two have been competing for the top 2 spots. Dombrowski has caught up a bit to de Gent, who had the lead in that already. Now, on to the race for the overall, which of course I am contending. And I've got the full team at disposal besides Rigoberto Uran, and the pace is really starting to pick up here as we are near the top of the climbing that we're going to be doing for the day, and then a big descent before 2 pretty steep climbs before the end of the stage. So we can see that things are starting to happen, and the field is really splitting, and actually at the moment we're down to just 20 riders. I have a feeling that first group behind, they're probably not done yet. I would imagine they'll catch us on the long descent. So we still have about 60-70 riders overall. Woods and McClay are in that group that is trailing behind, but they're only about 30 seconds back. So like I said, they're not done yet. And in fact, there we are temporarily, at least, back together, about 70 riders or so. Now, Uran actually struggling a bit overall, -1 on the day. And he's not doing so hot. So Uran could be in trouble today, which would make me overall leader. And you can see that I am doing quite well with everyone else pretty tired. Uran's struggling a bit. Hugh Carthy, the only one left who's in pretty good shape on my team. So there's a lot going on here. Diego Ulisi trying to put some pressure on for his team there. So Tish Banut there at the front as well. And they've already picked up the points, so there's no point for me to attack here. I'm actually... Enric Mas and I started to pull away there momentarily, that easily. So there's definitely some damage that has been done in this field, and I am in a rare state to be. In fact, without even trying, Enric Mas and I are now off the front. It's not going to hold, but we can see the peloton is shrinking, so I think it's going to be interesting on those final 2 climbs. But I see a lot of riders will probably do a fair amount of recovery on this long descent here. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit. There we go. So 58 riders halfway down. And I am fully recovered. Uran is fully recovered. Others, they're coming along, but definitely not fully recovered as we are approaching the bottom. It's leveling off a bit here. Minute and a half back to just 2 riders, 9 riders trailing that. So I don't think any of these guys are going to actually catch up to us. I think the 59 riders that we have now, that's it. And these last 2 climbs are definitely going to see things change. So Roland is at the front, and once we get a chance, I want him to actually attack on this climb here, because it is very steep, and I can see us getting right back down to a really small group. And with the kind of condition that I'm on today, I think I can handle myself over the base climb.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. They're moving
So
along
Woods.
You just gotta hang on.
Oh, and we're catching Dombrowski just before the climb, so that's good. I didn't want to leave him off. Is that DeGent? No. Okay, so DeGent has been caught, so we're gonna go Woods. I want you to give it your all there. Alright, here's the steep section. I'm going on a mild attack, just we want to do some damage here while it's steep. Gaviria attacking, Froome attacking, Dan Martin attacking as well, so there you go. 1K till the top. It levels off a bit here. It looks like I'm right on the front, so I'm going to pick up some points here again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not too hard, not too hard. Yeah, second over the top. That's okay. Nairo Quintana goes over the top first. But Peloton is a bit shattered. 43 riders at the moment. There's 12 that are close behind, so maybe 55 or so still alive. And just on this short descent, I've already done a good amount of recovery. And actually, we split further. No, back to 43. Alright, what kind of support do I have? Dombrowski, where are you? You're up there? Okay, you've made it now. Alright, so very much at the front. There's 10 riders that are slipping further and further back. And we'll probably slip further back on this last climb. This one's not as steep, but it's still going to do a little more damage.
15 kilometers remaining.
Run and I are about the same right now. Carthy is doing okay, but Dombrowski, he's not going to make it much further. Once we hit this ascent, he will get dropped almost immediately. Alright, we'll go to an 87 and attack. Yep, there goes Dombrowski. Ooh, I'm off the front at the moment. 86. I'm not winning the stage here. Not on this kind of attack. Not with 11K to go. Just doing some damage.
There's now just 10 kilometers left.
There's an attack from Egan Bernal.
Attack with the finishing line within reach.
And I'm in a group of 2 with Romain Bardet chasing Egan Bernal. Ooh, he's not working with me, huh? All right, now it's a group of 9 riders. Okay.
There are just 5 kilometers left.
Use my gel now. That should see me to the end of this thing. 27 riders now. Hugh Carthy to the front. Ooh, there's an attack now again. Julian Alaphilippe is going.
And he moves on to the attack. It could be decisive.
2K. Hugh Carthy leading me out. 1K to go. I should be in for a top finish here. Of course, I'm being out sprinted by these other guys. Alaphilippe is caught right at the line. He might have 4 seconds. Caleb Ewan, Michael Matthews, Viviani, Sam Bennett, Peter Sagan, Simon Yates, first non-sprinter other than Alaphilippe, of course, Tish Benut, Galopan, Egan Bernal. I come in 12th again behind Moscan. Very, very select group here, and Uran also there in the group in 18th. So that will thin things out a bit as there were just 23 riders left at the front. That will further cement who is in this thing and who is out. But of course, it is the next stage that will do the most to determine who's going to be in the top 10 or top 5 of this thing. And the final stage is a hilly or mountainous time trial that I should really, really excel at and end up with a really good time at. All right, so 12th, we do end up on the same time. So Alaphilippe does get the stage win. He does get a time bonus, but he does not get a time separation. And 27 riders on this time. I think these guys, no big impact that Hugh Carthy or Esteban Chavez, though for Chavez, he's kind of bailed out a little bit with that time. Jan Izguerra. Stronger riders, but definitely not, I think, contenders. And that puts me into the top 10 now. In 9th place, Caleb Ewan remains on top. Viviani, they're not going to be around in the mountains. They've got the hills, and they did well to be on top for that stage, but they'll be out of it here on this next stage. Alaphilippe, though, real contender, and he's now 12 seconds ahead of me, so that's big. But Alaphilippe only seen as a 75 on the mountains. So Alaphilippe's probably going to be out of it too. Dumoulin, bit of a contender. An 80 on mountains. I think that's about right for him. He's very much the time trialist. Peter Sagan will get knocked out. Jan Izagura, lucky to be there. He should have been down a little bit on time. Pierre Latour, also more of the stronger thing. So I'm in a good position here. Uran also now in 11th. So we are moving right on up the standings, which is good. And that under 25s, there we go. Egan Bernal and I running away with it. Nikolaev, a minute and a half down. Still seen as poor, even in 9th place, though. Which is a little ridiculous. I'm in the top 10 in a major race, Paris-Nice. That's not not a small race by any means, and I'm in the top 10. That should be a good job, son. Good job. Not a, oh, you're only in 9th. Poor. I think they need to tweak that for the 2019 edition. That it's not automatically a bad evaluation. Alright, here's the profile, and you can see what we're in for. The first couple climbs are Category 2s as well, and they are going to do some damage. But it's somewhere around here with these 3 Category 3s. where we're going to see a lot of damage done and a very small group by the time we reach the base of the final climb. That's not going to be the whole field by any means. In terms of the favorites, Marc Soler. Wow, really? Marc Soler? Already? He's improved a lot. Richie Porte, Chris Froome, of course, at 36 now. Remember, this is season 4. He's getting quite old. Nairo Quintana also, Egan Bernal, and by the way, quite old. That's not quite old because that's my age. There I am, also an 83. So I am in among the favorites. Then we drop to Uran, Bardet, Enric Mas, and Sam Oomen. So there you go. So I am in that group, that top 10 favorites. I should be in this right to the end. We'll see what my race day condition ends up with. I'm not going to be... Well, hold on. Let's see. Where are we at? You know what? We're going to do the whole stage here. We're going to do the whole stage. So we'll stay on throughout this one. This is definitely the Queen stage. 172.8 kilometers. It looks like with that race day condition, I'm already at an 84 on those mountains. So I am pushing ahead of everyone else in terms of just raw climbing pace. And if I do end up, it looks like I have a +3 on the race day condition.
Only a true climber can expect to get something out of today's ride.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? +2 on the day. +2 on the day. Okay. Well, not as good as the condition the last couple days. This would have been the day to have that +4. But a +2, I mean, my attributes are looking nice. Very nice. So, +2 on the mountain climbing. +3 for the hills in between. Sprinting, acceleration, downhill, all +2s. +6s on stamina and resistance. Stamina looks like we're not going to quite get into that today, but that resistance +6, that recovery +3 to keep me fresh for tomorrow. Speaking of fresh, look at that. I'm looking nice and strong right now. Let's see. Hugh Carthy's a +1. Uran's a +1 today. He's looking a little better. Pierre Rolland's a +2. Dabrowski's a +2. So the team's looking pretty good. The one rider who's not on a plus is Michael Woods, who apparently is off onto the breakaway today. So little surprised Dot Dombrowski off hunting mountain climbers points. Especially with his condition, he's looking strong. I would have sent Dombrowski ahead to go try to get the mountain climbers jersey. But I love the team that we've brought. This is right about the strongest team that we've got here, and they're supporting both Uran and I. So, all right, we're gonna speed things up a little bit as we are on the flat for a little while, so there's not much action to be had at the moment. All right, so 17 riders, 3.5 minutes away. That's a large breakaway group, and there definitely are some stronger riders there, i.e. Michael Woods, who are in that breakaway group. So, very good chance that the stage winner could actually come from that group, as we have already let them get nearly 5 minutes away, and that's an awfully big group to let get that far away. But of course, the strongest climbers are all in the peloton. So, all right, first attack. Wilco Kelderman going for it. So DeGent still hanging on to the lead. I am actually still third in that competition with 17 points, with my teammate Dombrowski in second with 18. It should still be pretty mellow through the next climb as well. Everybody's looking pretty calm right now. Heart rates are low. No damage being done as we head to the second climb now. We've actually started catching up on that breakaway group a lot sooner than I expected, and without much damage being done. But now we could see halfway up the climb, the damage is starting to get done. At an 80, apparently, the pace is higher than that with Matthias Brandl for Movie Star really pushing things along. So trying to not overdo it here, not take too much damage, as there's no descent after this. We're climbing, but we're not descending after, so I really don't want to overdo it. So I want to keep the minimum workload as we go up.
A symbolic kilometer as we go through the halfway stage of the race.
All right, halfway through. Somebody was lost from the breakaway group, as it's now down to 16. We have also lost 21 riders off the back already. I've got my full team intact. Heart rate's very low at the moment, so I'm recovering. Others just now start to come down, so we can see my resting heart rate is much lower than everybody else on my team, including Uran. A few beats below him, so that's going to help me be that much stronger. But we're fairly flat here for a while, so we'll speed things up again. Just over 3 minutes to the breakaway group. That's the kind of ground that I think is a little more easily covered. But we will certainly need to be closer if we're going to catch them on that final climb. Depending on who's in the group, really. But, I mean, Michael Woods alone, I think he's strong enough to hang on to a few minutes. Group is split, though, at the moment as they attack. Jeffrey Soup is now gone top of the mountain climber standings, as he's in it again here today. And Peloton's starting to shrink some more. 96 riders here. Pierre Roland's doing just fine, keeping me shielded. Uran is being shielded by Dan McClay. McClay is not quite doing as well here, but this little descent should help him recover some. I'm back to full strength here before we head up again. Slow it back down here. This category 3, where are we at? Alright, here's the steepest part already at 5.5 degrees incline, so it's not that steep by any means. The next one isn't so steep either. And the final climb really isn't that steep. It's just, it's definitely up. And it's definitely long. So it's going to be an attrition climb. So picks up a few more points on this one. Now at 30. Kelderman picking up some points out of nowhere, up to 14. I don't think he had any points entering the day. And as we go over the top, Peloton is now down to 87 riders. And lucky for me, I've still got full team at my disposal. Breakaway group is down to just over 2 minutes ahead. And we're going to be doing climbing almost the entire way once we hit the valley here and start our way back up. There's going to be just one small downhill section is all. So the real damage is going to start getting done here real soon. And even then, we're down to 87 riders already. With only 2 minutes ahead and all the climbing that's left, that breakaway group is definitely not going to hang on. I don't think the winner is coming from there. The winner is definitely going to come from... Stage winner is going to come from right here in the peloton among the strongest climbers.
is slowly whittling away the lead. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
There's those heart rates. They're climbing. I'm already into those 170s range, so it is going to start doing some damage here as the pace has really, really picked up. We're going at 34 kilometers an hour at almost 4 degrees uphill, so pace is quite hot. McClay, first of the team to be done. Dombrowski, Roland, they're not going to last much longer.
Attack by Formolo.
Counterattack by Vincenzo Nibali. The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
73 riders now. $57 riders. It is definitely shrinking. And now that it's getting steep here before the summit here, now it moves me right back up to the front. So there's Yates. Yates. Oh, that hurts. Yates for Movistar. I don't think an English-speaking rider would be going to Movistar as strong as their Spanish presence is. There's nothing wrong with Movistar. And nothing wrong that it's a Spanish-speaking team, but they are very, very much a Spanish-speaking team. Colombian or Spanish riders. If you had a rider come out of, say, Mexico, I could see them going to Movistar. No problem. There's diversity there, but it's very much a Spanish-speaking team. Anyway, now the damage is starting to be done. Peloton down to 42 riders. There are 12 riders left at the front, only a minute ahead. So they will be caught soon. Woods is hanging in there, so actually when we catch him, we will have him at our disposal. But look at the damage that's already been done, and there is no recovery coming. So this climb of attrition is going to do some real damage. This short recovery, I want to rest here real quick. I want to get a little bit in before this. There we go. A little bit of recovery there. 41 riders left. Now, I have no intention of attacking at any point. And if 1 or 2 riders attack, I'm not interested in that. I want to stay with the main group. As you can see that I'm already fairly fatigued. So this is not a chance to just ride away. We've got a minute 20 to the breakaway group. 41 riders. I've got Hugh Carthy keeping me shielded. Had Hugh Carthy keeping me shielded. He should still be the one, not Pierre Roland. It's too late now, though. Rowan Dennis struggling. Gallipan struggling. Look at the shoulders, Bob, and Warren Barguil struggling. Demoulin's looking okay. Carthy, of course, is struggling, but he's hanging in there. So, breakaway group split. 9 riders left at the front. Michael Woods is with them. I'd actually rather have him coming back and picking me up here as opposed to going for the stage. But we've got 11K to go. Breakaway group has 10, and we haven't even hit the steep stuff yet. I'm looking a lot stronger than Uran at this point, especially the heart rate. He's going to tire out a lot faster than I am. Hugh Carthy's almost done, though. So I'll be on my own soon, so that heart rate will start to jump. Peloton's down to 34 already. There's Quintana on the front now. He's wearing a jersey. I don't know which one. What has he got on? Oh, rainbow jersey. Maybe? No? Oh, Colombian champion? That's what it is. Colombian champions jersey. All right, things have they've shrunk a lot more. 26 riders left in the group.
Watch out. A team leader is falling behind.
And we're starting to catch. There's Demoulin on the attack. Pinot trying to go with him. Uran struggling here. 6K still to go. And we are down to 17 riders. I'm staying right at the front, so nobody's been able to do anything to me yet. But we can see that I'm not going to last a whole lot longer here. Pinot, Port, Dumoulin, Quintana, Marc Soler, Egan Bernal still with us. Group getting smaller and smaller, and Uran is going to get dropped fairly soon. That will make me team leader regardless. Woods, they've pushed too hard. He's getting dropped. There's an attack. There's an attack at the front. Pinot and Soler. There, oh, Bernal went also, but we're catching back up to him. Aru, there's Ben O'Connor. So, Dan Martin, Pinot, Port, Dumoulin, and Soler have gone on the attack. 2K left to go. I'm going to use my gel now before I'm out of energy. Ooh, we've almost caught back up to him. And I'm at the end here. Final K. Alright, and I'm done. Right at the end. Dan Martin off, looking like he's going to win it. Port, Dumoulin, O'Connor are going to make it there with him. I'm still in contention for 5th or 6th, which is a really good position. Plus, I've got that time trial still coming where I'm going to be stronger than some of these guys. David Formulo to my left. Thibaut Pinot to my right. I think I'm first here. Am I going to get it? Formulo just gets me. Just snips me at the line. But I come in 6th. Aru, Soler, and Martin is further back in 10th. So I'm in the group from 5th to 9th. Second group. That's a really, really good position for me to be in. Lots of riders. Uran further back. There's Bernal with Uran, Esteban Chavez. There's Quintana, Pierre Latour, and Romain Bardet. Here's Michael Woods coming across, 18th. Nicholas Egg, Tish Benut. There's Wilco Kelderman. This is going to move me way, way up the standings. Remember, I'm second group on the road, top 4, just a little bit further ahead. So I'm really contending for about 5th place there, coming up on that final stage. We still have stage 7 to get through as well.
Now for the best moments of the day.
That'll definitely keep me in the youngest rider jersey. 54 seconds off, all sorts of splits. So Dan Martin, 20 seconds ahead of Richie Port, 27 to Dumoulin, O'Connor, and Formulo. Just Dumoulin and O'Connor. And then Formulo, myself, Thibaut Pinot, and Aru. Marc Soler does come back further behind, so he does get another split. So it's actually just a group of 4 contending that 5th place at this point. And Formulo, not a time trialist. Pinot, he's okay. Aru, not really a time trialist. I'm much, much stronger than those guys in that respect. So I should be in contention for that 5th overall. Ben O'Connor, also not a time trialist. I can gain a ton of time on him. And as I'm only about 30 seconds down, I think I can make that up. Dumoulin, definitely in contention for the win. So is Port. They're going to be tough to catch. Dan Martin, terrible time trialist. So I could be in contention for about 3rd place for the overall here. Speaking of, how are we looking? 4th overall. 4th overall at this point. Excellent, excellent. So there were already some time gaps to these other guys. Like Dan Martin is not leading this. He's a minute 20 down. Uran is in 9th at a minute 34. But I'm already ahead of a bunch of these guys. So here's the top 3. Richie Port, Tom Dumoulin, and Ben O'Connor, who I very much think I can beat out in that time trial at the end. So I could be looking at 3rd overall. I'm actually third in the mountains at this point, but that's not what I'm contending. The under 25s, I've got about a minute to Egan Bernal, and he is not a strong time trialist. So I should be winning the under 25s, and I hope to get on the podium in third place. And look at that, the team. We are first by 5 minutes. Thanks to Michael Wood's strong performance from the breakaway and hanging on to a top 20. And then Uran and I, the three of us, came together for an excellent trio in terms of the times. And I still only pick up 2 points. Really? I'm fourth in the overalls. I'm first in the youth, and I only get 2 points. Shady. Sixth on the stage. Shady. How do you do that? Disappointed in you. Very disappointed. On to stage number 7. And we see that there are some pretty serious climbs in this one. And we've still got a ways to go. And I'm way over time for this episode. So I'm going to have to end it there. In this excellent position as we go forward. Those last 2 stages are going to have to roll over into the next episode. So that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.